And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13 yards, first down, Packers. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Rodgers now on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. X3. 218. Chop.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. They find some open field here. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 67 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On play action, Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Check. Watch 54. Over.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Going right side here, and that's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 44-yard line.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Now Now a first down carry by Jones. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jordan. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 20-yard line.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. A 20-yard touchdown as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. Watch the run. Greystone, Travis. SOS.
On second down, Cook. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Topper.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off play action. Herbert. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation allows him to get home.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Alert 3. Hey, exit.
Back to throw. Herbert. Open here, Adam Thielen. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
142 saw. 80 weapon. Kill. Turn up. Ready.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
132 fighter.
He's coming, double up. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Watch the safety creep. Hey, watch the
6-6. Pull it high.
Off the play fake. Herbert. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, Herbert. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. These two teams all tied after one. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Here's more on the return. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And he's got some space here. 20. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, 47 yards. And the Packers have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Herbert. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
The Vikings on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Herbert. The open man is Smith. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Check three.
2nd and 3. And his throw here is incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Looking to throw. Herbert. And that is incomplete.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. 13 yards, first down, Packers. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. It's Jordan. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
319. I got you. Check 13. Check 13.
Now Jones. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert?
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Second and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Let's get it.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Slam, slam, slam. Shift, shift.
Protein spill. Get it.
Off play action. Herbert. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Herbert. Going deep for Diggs. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. And of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Oh, yeah!
So the big play nullified, a legal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
This is fielded at the 7. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Throw left side on target to Thielen. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
Stay driven.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Ready. 50, plant. 80 weapons.
To throw on second down. Herbert is going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Off the play fake. Herbert. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Gehring. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Going up top. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether there's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And into the end zone, it's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
70, Indy.
Check.
Blue draw, Corker. Get it.
throwing on first down. Herbert. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating from the gun. Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Noah Spence. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Shift! Watch the shift! Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Check 9, check 9.
On second down, this is Madison. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
It's now 3rd down and long.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Cut. But Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, it's time for the 50. Let's go.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the 44, Rodgers. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
A great return there of 22 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Ready, break.
Two's the mic. Check. 42's the mic. Check pass.
Here's Madison running on first down. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse And I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Running from the shotgun with Madison. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Leo! Hey! Right 7! Go!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's go, baby.
From the gun, Herbert. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he's into the clear. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Well, when both guys went up for the ball, I just thought, who's going to come down with it? I didn't think he'd come down with it and then take it all the way for a touchdown.
That's battling, isn't it? Because normally, if both guys go up for it and come down with it, the tie goes to the offense. The defensive player didn't want it to be a tie at all. He wanted a little bit more, took it, and went the other direction.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Get it.
On 1st down, Herbert. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it with Madison. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. Another carry now for Madison. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith, his 2nd sack of the night.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. He's able to get 4 back on the run, but now they'll have to find something here on 3rd and about 14.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert. It's complete to Diggs. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 23.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Set. 10 Lobo. 80 weapons.
It's our time.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 13. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
58. 55, Mike. He's on the 50.
On 1st down, Rodgers. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now it's Rodgers. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jordan. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
319, 630. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling there to make the grab. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in good spot. Great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Going on the ground with Madison. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. Herbert nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll run with Madison. Well, that run good for 6 yards, but they're still looking up at a 3rd and 15.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They'll try and run for it with Jones.